I'm Bruce Kivo. Welcome to MMA Confidential Talk. It was Brocktober. Now it's Brock-over, according to my man Dillman. He says it's Brock-over. It was a great event, UFC 121.
What an awesome event.
We both watched it, man.
Yeah.
What do you think of the event?
An exciting fight from beginning to end. To see two heavyweights fight like that, at that speed, at that momentum, just, you could really see the advancement in martial arts in the UFC.
So before we get into the thing everybody's like flipping out over, the Brock fight, let's talk about some of the other fights. Diego Sanchez.
That fight was
against Paulo Thiago. That was a great fight.
Very fast paced. It was very evenly matched in the first round. It was something to look where you could see how Diego Sanchez just started taking over the momentum of the fight, just started pressuring him, and he does what he does at that weight class.
So you agree, strong. Like Diego should stay at 170? Yeah,
I think he looked a lot stronger. He looked like himself again at that weight class. He looked very powerful.
You think some guys like, they have to stay at a certain weight because this is the way they eat. Otherwise, if they go down in weight, because his body type could fit a 155, but maybe it's too much work for them to keep dieting all the time.
Yeah,
they lose their strength.
It's something you hear about when people cut weight too fast. Like even Jake Shields, when he in the post-press conference about how much weight he cut was 20 pounds, yet he still performed pretty well, but not as well as he could. So yeah, I think it is an issue. I think Diego Sanchez could definitely do well at the 170.
And he deserved a fight at night. He got it.
Oh yeah.
But with regards to to Jake Shields against Martin Kampmann, I thought Kampmann got robbed. Jake Shields, great fighter. He was a little dehydrated. The weight cut was too much for him.
Yeah, I thought it was a very evenly matched fight. It could have went either way. It didn't seem like one fighter overpowered the other. Whereas, like in the Diego Sanchez fight, where he just dominated their last couple of rounds and just took the fight.
My opinion was that he got robbed, and I'm sure Shields will come back and do great at the 170, but who knows? Maybe he's also better at 185. The only thing is, 185 division is like stacked, bro.
You can never tell with this.
You
sometimes
can't
at
tell.
15, 20 pounds. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. The skill also is a factor as well, and we all know that we're new to Jake Shields actually in the UFC. This is his first fight there. Yeah. So we'll see how he develops.
Now, it's interesting, Tito Ortiz, Tito was one of the best. I'm sure he still is, Can a guy like Tito Ortiz keep doing well when there's young guys who train like a maniac? Because I trained with you, I sparred with you, we did everything. Yeah. But these young guys like Matt Hamill, he trains like a maniac all the time. I'm sure. Can Tito come back and be the Tito of old? Because
I think so. I think Tito, if he takes the approach that Randy Couture takes, he trains smarter, not harder. In a sense where, at this point in his career, he has the experience, he has the physical capability to perform very well. And like he was saying in his post-press conference, he was coming back from a lot of injuries. Those injuries were a factor in the last couple of fights, and he looked strong in that fight. I think more for him, it's a technical gain where maybe if he developed more of his boxing, his other skills, I think he could be very dangerous in that division. He has the experience to dominate most of those young fighters. And
he just needs he keeps fading out after the second or third round. He starts getting tired.
Yeah, I think if he ends those fights quicker, kind of like a Shane Carwin type fighter.
Now let's get to the main. How'd you feel as a Mexican American, man?
Proud. I would say the first words come to mind: proud, excited. I was in Midtown Manhattan watching that fight, and it was just pure electric watching that fight from beginning to end.
Were you nervous for Cain Velasquez when Brock immediately took him down? Took him down?
Because you see Brock trucking, you see when he has the intent to take somebody down, 9 out of 10 he's going to take him down. But to see him hold up that charge and come back and stay composed, that's the mark of a true champion. So.
And Cain, he's got a great camp. Javier Mendez, Dave Camarillo, Crazy Bob Cook, and these guys are experts, and they made sure they learned from Shane Carwin, because Shane had the opportunity to beat Brock, but he went down on the ground and tied himself out. But Cain said he at the panic mode, he just relaxed, picked his shots.
he was.
He was like a matador, like they wanted him to be.
You could see when he had him down on the ground twice. He took his time when he was picking him apart.
Scary,
he picked
right?
his shots, and he even through all that pressure, the crowd going crazy. He sees an opportunity to win. He didn't freak out. He stayed composed. He stayed on course and won that fight.
Some people say this proves that Brock doesn't belong in MMA, but the guy's phenomenal. He's taken on almost everyone, done great.
I think to those people, I think this proves otherwise. Actually, he lost his fight, but this was a very good fight against two very skilled opponents. And we look at Brock from when he started to now. He's grown so much, and he's only going to get better. So over time, I think he's just going to get stronger, and I can't wait to see him fight again.
Would you say the cards that Brock have been on are the most exciting cards?
So far, yeah. The guy's a showman. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to be the people's champion, and he definitely makes it exciting to watch.
Like the Carwin fight, people going nuts.
Even this fight.
This fight, we were going crazy, man.
I think this is going to be one of those fights that goes on the classic. One of those top heavyweight fights. Never see two heavyweights move that fast, that well. So.
And I would say Cain's got his hands full now because the heavyweight division is stacked. I think he's going to fight Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah. Very solid hand skills, good boxing. Overall, it's going to be a tough opponent.
And who would you say are the top, contenders for Cain right now?
I think Junior Dos Santos definitely is up there. I would not count out Frank Mir. I think Frank Mir's still growing.
That could be a good matchup for him.
Definitely. I think he has things he can fix in his game, but overall he's still growing. He's gonna get a lot better. He could be very dangerous.
And Cain made the Mexican community very, very proud. He was born in Salinas, kept his
pride
Mexican
there.
pride, man.
Yeah, as a martial artist myself and a Mexican martial artist, I'm definitely very proud to see him as the current first Mexican heavyweight champion.
Chris Moran, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, brother.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Pleasure, man. I'm Bruce Kivo, MMA Confidential Talk, and we'll see you at the fights.
Want more? Go to inasectv.com to connect with the world of sports. Real-time updates, blog postings, and all the action you can handle in a sec. inasectv.com, connecting you to the world of sports.